To customize an email template in Brevo, log into your account, head to Transactional in the left sidebar, then click Templates. Find the template you want to update. Hit the little pencil icon to open it in the editor, make your changes and click Save. That's the entire workflow. Once you save, the template is updated and ready to fire for your next campaign or transactional trigger. If this quick walkthrough already got you sorted, go ahead and drop a like, it really helps, and subscribe so you don't miss more Brevo deep dives. Now let's unpack every step in detail, because the tiny choices you make in the editor directly impact deliverability, click rates, and whether your emails look broken on a phone. Start by opening a web browser. Any modern one works fine, though I stick with Chrome because Brevo's editor occasionally gets finicky in Safari. And navigate to the Brevo login page. Type your credentials and wait for the dashboard to fully load. You'll know you're in the right spot when you see the main navigation on the left and your campaign stats in the center. I cannot stress this enough. Double check you're logged into the correct account. Brevo supports multiple workspaces, and I once spent 40 minutes editing a template only to realize I was in the test account of a client, not the live one. A quick glance at the account name in the top right corner prevents that. Once you're in, look at the left sidebar. Brevo organizes its tools into categories, campaigns, contacts, automations, and so on. For transactional email templates, click the word transactional. A submenu expands, and right there you'll see templates. Click it. This page lists every transactional template you've built or imported. If your list feels empty and you're sure you've created templates before, check that you haven't accidentally filtered by a tag, or that you're not on the Email Builder tab versus the Code Editor tab. That's a common gotcha. Now, before you touch anything, scan the table. I always sort by last modified, so I'm working on the freshest copy. Verify the template name, and if you use the preview thumbnail, hover over it to make sure the subject line snippet matches what you expect. I've edited the wrong order confirmation template more times than I'd like to admit because the names were almost identical. When you've confirmed the correct template, click the pencil icon. It's the edit button on the far right of the row. Brevo shoots you straight into the drag and drop editor. The interface loads with a live preview on the right and the content blocks on the left. Now here's where you actually customize. Don't rush straight into swapping images. I always start with the sender information. Click the From field at the very top of the settings panel. If you've verified multiple sending domains, Brevo lets you pick the sender email from a drop-down. Never type a raw email address manually unless you absolutely have to. Picking from the verified list guarantees it passes DMARC and won't land in spam. Next, craft your subject line. Keep it under 40 characters if you can, and include one personalization token like Mientinefafti. First name if the template is for triggered emails. Right below that, the preview text is not optional. I see too many people leave it default, which often pulls in random alt text or a menu link. Write a single compelling sentence that complements the subject line. This is the second most read piece of copy after the subject, so give it 5 minutes of thought. Now you're into the body of the email. The great thing about customizing an existing Brevo template is you're not starting from a blank canvas, but you still need to check every block. Click into each text section and update the content to match your current messaging, announcement, or transactional trigger. If you're reusing a template that originally pulled dynamic data, hover over the blocks to see if any placeholders have outdated fallback values. For example, an order confirmation might have a fallback like item name that would look embarrassingly generic if the merge tag failed. I always set a sensible default inside the dynamic content settings, something like your item as a plain text safety net. Images deserve special attention. Double-click any image block, and Brevo opens the image manager. Replace any outdated logos, hero shots, or product photos. But here's a mistake I made early on. I uploaded a 3 MB image straight out of Photoshop without compressing it first. The email loaded like a slideshow on mobile connections. Use an image compression tool before uploading and aim for under 200 KB per image. While you're at it, set proper alt text for every image. This not only helps accessibility but also shows descriptive text when images are blocked, which many corporate email clients still do. Buttons and links must be checked individually. Click each button block, paste the new destination URL, and then, this is critical, change the button text so it matches the action exactly, like view your order. Instead of a generic click here, I also adjust the button color to a brand-safe hex that you know passes contrast checks. In Brevo's editor, you can set the button border radius to get rounded corners that feel more modern. I usually use 4 pixels. Test every link by copying it out of the editor and pasting it into a plain text doc to ensure no trailing spaces or double encoding. Colors and fonts are global, which saves time. Open the Design tab on the left and you'll see the style settings. Set your brand's primary color as the accent color for headings and buttons. Choose a web-safe font stack. I always go with Lucida Sans Verdana Arial Sans Serif because it renders cleanly in Outlook, which still uses Word's rendering engine and will mangle fancy fonts. Don't override the base font in random text blocks unless you absolutely must. Inconsistent typography kills credibility. The layout structure matters for mobile responsiveness. Brevo's drag and drop editor is inherently responsive, but you still need to check the mobile preview. Click the phone icon at the top of the editor to toggle the mobile view. I often find that a 2-column layout that looked great on desktop stacks awkwardly on a phone, hiding the second column's content below the fold. If that's the case, I convert the section to a single column layout or reorder the stacks so the most important content appears first. While you're in mobile preview, watch for buttons that become too narrow to tap with a thumb. A minimum of 44 pixels in height and plenty of horizontal padding prevents mistaps. As you work, pause every few minutes and use the preview button, the eye icon, to open a full render in your browser. I also send a test email to a real inbox, Gmail and Outlook, using the Send a Test Email button. This catches rendering quirks that the in-editor preview doesn't show. For instance, I've had Outlook strip background colors from table cells unless I explicitly added the BCI attribute in the code view. If you're comfortable with HTML, you can click the source icon and manually paste in that attribute, but only do that if you know exactly what you're changing. Otherwise, you risk breaking the drag and drop structure. Once you're satisfied, it's time to save. The Save button sits at the top right corner, bright green, hard to miss. Click it and wait for the confirmation toast message that says template saved. Don't close the tab yet. Open a new tab, go back to the templates list and open the template again to verify that every edit stuck. I've seen instances where Brevo's autosave lagged and a last-second change didn't persist. A quick sanity check now prevents a broken email going to thousands of recipients. Before you leave, I'll give you my personal workflow for long-term template management. When I finish customizing a template for a new campaign, I often duplicate it and rename the copy with a date or campaign name, like order shipped/June promo. That way the original stays pristine as a master baseline. I then archive templates I haven't used in 3 months, so the list stays clean. Also, if you plug this updated template into an automation, go into the automation settings and confirm the template ID matches what you see in the templates page. A mismatch can quietly fail, and you won't know until a customer tells you they didn't get the email. You now know how to customize an email template in Brevo, from logging in and locating the right template, all the way through image compression, mobile testing, and saving with confidence. If you follow this process, your transactional emails will consistently match your brand, look professional on every device, and reliably land in the inbox. Bookmark this video so you can run through the checklist whenever you update a template. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.